Hi there. It's been a while since I've made a video. I wanted to start back with my filming about using your veggie share. I'm Barbara Cavadius. I'm the coordinator for the Morristown, or we like to call it Motown, group at the CSG at Genesis Farm. I want to talk to you today about butternut squash. Now we got really gorgeous butternut squash, and we'll probably get them most of the winter. And if you're living by yourself, a butternut squash might seem a little, just a little scary because it's big and you're like, how can I do this whole thing? If you're not going to be making a soup and you want to do other things, I want to tell you how you can get 3 meals out of 1 butternut squash. And you'll see I already made 1 meal out of this one. I'll tell you about that. I covered it after I cut pieces off. I covered it with beeswax paper that it'll keep it from getting bad and keeps it moist, and it's not using plastic, so I like doing that. It's just some beeswax paper. So what I did was I cleaned the squash, and I came home the other night. I wanted to make a salad, and I wanted to put some roasted squash in my salad. And I was also going to put some roasted eggplant in there, and I made a kale salad. So I massaged my kale. I have a video about that. You've probably seen it previously, or you can find it on this channel. And so I made while this was cooking. So what I did was I washed this, and then I made some slices through the whole long neck part of it. I made a few slices, and then of those slices, I cut them, so I made them so then they were round slices, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I made the round slices, and then like this, it's round slice, and then I cut them like that so that they made kind of like sticks. And then I took those sticks and I put oil on them and salt, and I tossed them, and then I put them on a grill pan along with my eggplant, which I did the same thing with, and I baked them like that at a high temperature. I did 425 to kind of roast them. I flipped them over one time, and so that was that one night. So that was great. I had these wonderful strips. I did about 3 of these circles, and it gave me plenty to put on a salad along with the eggplant, and I had kale, and then I added a little bit of feta cheese, and I made a tahini dressing, so it was delicious. So then tonight, what I want to do is I'm going to make some slices again, and I'm going to roast them. And so I'm just going to make some, but I'm not going to cut them up the same way. I'm going to leave them in these slices, and I'm basically going to go through the rest all the way down to the bulb. Let me show you the bulb. So here there's a bulb. So I don't want there to be this neck. I'm going to use up all the rest of the neck. And so let me just take another slice. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook some fish tonight, and I'm going to cook squash. I'm just going to put it on a roast pan. It already has oil on it, like a roasting pan. And they're similar. You can see they're kind of similar. One's a little bit thinner. I'll probably put that one in the middle. I have the thicker ones on the outside, and thinner ones might go in the middle. And I probably could get one more slice off of here, but I don't think I will. I'll just do it with these 5 slices. And I'm going to put that in the oven. I like to roast at least 400 degrees. You can go up to 425 without a problem. Then you just have to keep an eye on it. I have some olive oil, and I have a nice little neck on it. If you have flavored oils, you can use that. Like I've shown you how to make flavored oils by immersing herbs in there and letting them sit for a while, and then taking the herbs out, and then you have a nice infusion. But I don't like to cook with them as much because you lose some of the flavor. So I usually use them as a finishing bit. So I'm just going to, I just dribbled some oil on. I put some salt on there, and then I'm just going to roast it. So after I've roasted it, then I'm able to, if I want to, I can mash it. I think what I might do is cook up some onion and some walnuts. And then when this is done, they'll be nice and soft. And I'll mash it and add the caramelized onion with walnuts. And it'll be a great side dish to go with the fish. Some here. And then I'm also going to get something set up so when I come home from work one day, I'm ready to make a quicker meal. So I'm going to take this, what's left, the bowl part, I'm going to cut it in half from the top where I've been cutting with the neck. And then you've got the insides like this. I'm going to scoop those out. And if you're really industrious, you can wash that bit. After you scoop it out, you can wash it, the seeds, and separate it from the pulp, and you can roast those seeds, kind of like pumpkin seeds, and eat those. I'm not so industrious lately. I've been working full time again and trying to manage the household when my husband's away. So it's been a little much. So I'm trying to make life a little easier. So as long as I'm roasting those slices, I'm also going to just pre-roast these. So see, I scooped it out. And so while I'm cooking that, I'm going to pre-roast these halves. I'm going to put some water in the bottom. I'm not going to cook them all the way, but I'll cook them most of the way so that they're ready to fill. And so one day I can come home from work and all I have to do is fill the squash and then pop it back in the oven. And in not very much time, I will have stuffed squash for dinner, but I won't have this whole pre-baking time that it'll take. Here's the other half. And so when you do that, depending how hungry I am, this is probably 2 separate meals. I would probably eat 1/2 of these for dinner along with something else, and the other half I would take for lunch one day. So what would I put inside? So I like to cook up some brown rice and have it in the refrigerator. I cook it in my Instapot, and then so I would probably cook up some onion. Probably I could do nuts or I could do beans and some herbs and mix it with the rice and maybe put in some cheese, maybe not, depending on how I feel, and put it inside these cups. And after they're pre-cooked, and then bake it all together, and the flavors will marry a little bit, and that way I get some more meals. So there you go, 3 meals. One night I sliced some of the ends off the neck, then cut them again so they were sticks, and then put those on top of a salad along with other roasted veggies. The second night, which is tonight, I'm roasting just the rounds, kind of steaks. I got 5 more out of those, which I will cook, mash. You could mash it and do it with butter and brown sugar afterwards, or I'm going to mash it and add caramelized onion and nuts, maybe something else. We'll see how I feel as I go along, maybe some red pepper. And then I'll put that all together, and that will be my side dish. And then I'll have these roasted halves, which I will then pre-roast now so that they're a little bit soft, not so soft that they won't hold like a cup of things, but soft enough that it won't take me forever to make dinner when I come home from work one night. And there you go, 3 meals. So thank you. Enjoy your squash. Enjoy if you're doing a winter share like I am, or if you're just using squashes you've stored, or if you're going to the store and buying your organic squash, whatever works for you. But for those of us who have a winter share at Genesis, at the CSG at Genesis Farm, you'll be seeing a number of these squashes, and we'll show some other ways to cook with them later. So enjoy your winter share, and we'll talk to you soon.